Alright folks, so here I got a couple of Mossberg M44s, or I guess they're 44 US. Got these a few years ago, and I've yet to shoot them. I hear nothing but good things about them, but I haven't had a chance to take in the range, so that's going to happen tomorrow. Went and got me a couple of these magazines, which by the way cost a mint. They should be made of gold for how much it costs to buy them, because I guess they're not compatible with any other rifles out there today. Take a look at what we got here in terms of engraving. Yes, U.S. property. The serial number on there. So definitely one of the military issue ones. Check out number 2. Oh, of course I got this one upside down. So yeah, I'm a U.S. property. So these trigger guards on them tend to warp. They're not even plastic. They're kind of the early version of plastic that first came out around World War II. So they tend to warp and shrink. And I read something, there's several ways you can do it. You can heat them up and remold them, or you can just kind of squeeze them into place and then reset the screw that's down here at the base, and kind of force them a little bit. The problem that can cause with you, though, if you ever do this, is this trigger assembly on these is really simple, trigger and safety assembly. And what happens is that trigger guard stops, if it's moved incorrectly, stops your trigger from resetting fully. If your trigger doesn't reset fully, your bolt will come out every time you try to cycle it. In other words, it won't lock in place. It won't come out unless you put it all the way back. But the point is, it won't stay locked in. You can pull it backwards, it'll slide right out. So I think I fixed that problem, but we'll find out when I go to the range tomorrow and actually put it to the test. I might have to do a bit of grinding on the rear of those. But that's it for now. Like I said, I'll check in tomorrow and show you how it went. Okay, I'm actually at the range right now, as you probably can tell. Just ran the first rounds gone through this thing in over 70 years. So far, so good. Needed a lot of lubrication, a lot more than I had already. Biggest issue I'm running into so far is these magazines. Man, they are not easy to get out. I just oil them up, clean them up a little, see if it makes a difference. Once they go in there, I'm also finding that first round doesn't want to feed. It just doesn't chamber. But if I just put 6 rounds in here, everything goes fine. So I'm going to see if the lubrication stuff makes much difference. Okay, so this is 25 meters, 25 yards, I should say. Iron sights. Pretty much first time again, this gun has been fired in over 70 years, so you know, as far as the gun goes, it's doing fine. I think the biggest issue is these magazines are giving me a headache. I don't know if it's because they're aftermarket or what, but they're sticking. They're very, very hard to get out, and I'm having some feed issues with one of them, so I'm going to keep working on that. Okay, so it's my second set of rounds, so I got it over the right where I want to be. A few I tossed, but frankly I kind of rushed this set. Didn't put the energy in I should have. So now I just got to get that elevation right. I thought I'd adjusted, but apparently not. Still having some issues with the magazines. Feeding okay, but just really hard to get out of there. So I'm hoping part of that's just they need to wear in a little bit. Well, I'm about 70, 80 rounds in right now, and I'm definitely noticing these are the 3 different types of 22 I've been shooting. The one in the middle, which is pretty much the cheapo, just bare lead bullets, just always having issues feeding, jamming up. The other 2 are feeding fine. I don't know if that's just a matter of time or just because it wasn't meant to shoot that kind of ammo. But I'm going to keep on trying. Still have magazines to come out. They're coming out a little easier, but it's a lot of work. Well, I got the second one out to try it out here because I'm running out on range time. Turns out the problem with the magazine's feeding is a function of the gun, not the mags. They're coming, or not feeding, coming in and out. I mean, easy to remove on this one. There's something in the other one that's just binding them up a little bit.
Back off the line, please.
So we're back out here at the target. This is that first gun I was shooting. This is my final target with that one. A few shots thrown, that's on me. I kind of rushed them. This is the second one, first set of 7 I fired. Thought I did a sight adjustment, but apparently not much. And yeah, this set I definitely rushed. Like I said, I'm running out of range time, but it's very clear that I've got to push this puppy a little bit farther to the right. But it's firing, it's feeding. So it's clear that first gun, I think something inside, either just maybe just gunk over time that I haven't cleaned out yet or whatever. But they're both feeding, and you know, I'm pretty darn happy with them overall. All right, wrapping up for the day here. This target is using the second rifle. Like I said, the mags went in and out a lot more easily on that one. A lot more difficult to sight in. The last target I shot with this is right over here. Not that far left set, but over here. So I was getting there. The reality of it is the way these sights fold, you know, you can't expect perfection, and plus they're really difficult to adjust. I just think it's just years of that cosmoline becoming sort of glue in there. But overall, I was pretty happy with it. So yeah. Well, I'm home again and I'm about to start cleaning these guys up. Two things though, if you're watching this, you're into M44s. If you know a place, number one, that I can get these magazines that don't cost as much as a freaking new car, let me know. Second, if you have any idea why one of these would have so much trouble releasing the magazine, I'd appreciate you letting me know. I obviously don't want to do much banging on these given their age, and I'm trying to keep them as close to original as I can. But having said that, one of the more common problems with these is this. If you can see, those are supposed to be the markings or the pins that are in place to designate whether fire is safe in terms of the safety. Both of those have fallen out. The other one has one missing. I read where someone had actually tapped in the tops of some rivets there just to have something to fill in and then painted them. So I'm actually going to give that a try. I mean, I don't have any original ones. I'm going to just try tapping those in there just to give it a look and see how it goes. Okay, before I do this, I don't know if you can see this. These are 2 rivets. What I did is I snipped them off and then I ground them down so the base of the nail on the inside, or the puller on the inside, is flush with the top. And then I just colored these using Sharpies. I'm going to look for something more permanent and sort of bright if this works, but this is just to give it a try. So this is what it came out like. Actually not bad. What did happen is a lot of color came off when I was tapping them in, so I kind of recolored them. Is it perfect? No, but it certainly does the job, and it looks better than just the 2 holes there.